I want to show y'all something real quick in the English. This is the NASB. It's different on the other translations, but God is mentioned in the first verse. Second verse, the Spirit of God, which is the Holy Spirit, mentioned in the second verse. Then in the third verse, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And fourth verse go in a little more information, and God saw that the light was good. And if we look at all these other days of creation, whenever he mentions something, he says it was good. There in verse 10, it was good. And over here in verse 12, it was good. Verse 18, it was good. In each day, saying, verse 21, it was good. In verse 25, it was good. And coming back to the very first mention of the first light, which there's another light created in verse 14, but the initial light was the only thing that he specifically said the light was good, as everything else was called it was good. So that brings special attention to this first light. So we go into the Hebrew mention. The first mention of the light in verse 3 is a 3-letter word, just like the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And it's a 3-letter word. And this is the only time light is found standing alone. This is the only mention of light being by itself. The other lights have letters around it, being plural or having a "the" in front of it. Is in the Hebrew they connect it all. And just to show y'all one, for instance, it's down here in verse 16. There's the Aleph, the Vav, and the Resh. And it has other letters around it. So the initial light, it stood alone, and it was called good. And Jesus did say in the book of John, "I am the light of the world."